Hello, you guys, and thank you for joining me on Life Enchanted. Um, I'm looking at the weather because it's just beginning to rain while I'm out here, so I may be going inside to finish up the video. Don't know, just depends on how strongly the rain begins to hit up here on the patio. But I am so glad you guys have joined me. You have joined me here on Life Enchanted, and I am your girl, Takela Swain. I want to talk about something that's very simplistic, but it is something very important that I think that we need to always go back and visit to sometimes. The concept I want to speak about today is the aspect of thankfulness or saying thank you. I think that it is two simple words that we often do not say a lot in our society, which is a downfall, if you will, because it really does show appreciation for things that people have done or carry out when they're thinking about you or on your behalf. I actually had a guy who told me, he said, you really do say the word thank you a lot. And he mentioned somebody else. He said, do you know this person? I was like, no, I don't really know much about him. And he said, yeah, she does it a lot as well. And he was like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you're only the two that I know that actually say thank you a lot. And I was like, well, yeah, I do. Anyone who really knows me know that it does not take a lot to make me happy. I get excited by the simplest things, and I'm so grateful and thankful when someone thinks of me and carry out something on my behalf, or thinks about something they think I would like, and then they end up purchasing or doing it or engaging in the process with me, and it just makes me happy. So I say thank you. But when I was thinking about the concept of the absence of thank you or thankfulness in our society at times, my mind goes back to a story in the Bible, of course, and I want to share that with you. You know that they talk about a story of 10 lepers that were in a town together, and they heard that Christ was actually coming in the town. And so initially, when they were there, you know that lepers always had to be somewhere separate by themselves. So when they saw him coming, they were just like, this is our opportunity. We have to go to him and ask him to heal us. So of course they actually go to him. He tells them like, hey, you guys, okay, you're gonna be healed, but just go show yourself to the priest. Don't stop anywhere, don't say anything to anybody. Just go ahead and show them, show yourselves to them, and you will indeed receive your healing. Well, of course, they take off. They're just like, man, if he said it's gonna happen, let's do it. And so they all take off, they go that way. And of the 10 men, one of them became grateful in the process and turns around and comes back to God. And when he turns around and come back, Christ asked, like, he said, well, was there not 10 of you? Not that he wasn't grateful and thankful for the one that came back, but he was just like, there were 10 of you who experienced the blessing. Why is there only one who's coming back? And we all know that that one who actually came back was the only one who received actually total healing or completeness, where the other ones only receive partial. They became healed, from their sickness, but they were not made whole. And so he was the only one who was made whole. And so initially, whenever I heard that story, I always thought like the one who came back had to have been like the one in the back. He was already the last one there, and he turned around like, thank you, appreciate it, and went on from there. But as I was walking the other day, the thought came to me so strongly that somehow I believe that the one who turned around and came back and received the complete healing was the one in the front. And I'm going to tell you why. The individual that was in the front, they all took off and they were just like running, going forth to go see the priest. But all of us have different stamina. So some of us may have been running or jogging, but weren't going as fast as some of the others. So my mind showed me or envisioned an individual that had took off and that was well ahead of everybody else. But in his process of going, he realized that his body was being made whole, that he was being healed in the process. And so when he saw that, he was just so full of gratefulness, of thinking like, of all the people that was around me, no one was willing to reach out and try to help us, and this person did. I have to go back and show my thankfulness. And so as he was coming back, I believe the Holy Spirit was sharing with me that as the individual was coming back, he had a chance to see the different leopards along the way. Because everybody's on a different level, of course, sometimes we get to our place at different times. So as he was coming back, he was able to see the different stages that the other leopards were in, which also made his heart even more grateful and thankful, because he saw himself. He saw the different stages that individuals were in. That was him. That was before he obtained his healing. And sometimes when you have received your healing completely, you can get amnesia and forget all the different things that you've gone through. But when he was coming back, he was able to see the different stages of his life that he was in. If it wasn't for Christ, that he would have still been in, which made him even more thankful and grateful. So I hope that you are inspired by this story and know that you indeed have the ability to be made whole when you come completely to Christ and become real grateful and thankful for all he has done. Whether it is the individuals he's placed in your life, whether it's the skills and ability that he has equipped you with, whether it's just being there for you when you were at a very low point in your life, and now you can see more clearly that the skies are so much better and your mind is so much clearer because Christ has touched you and enabled you to do that. So I hope that indeed has inspired you to want to be more thankful and grateful, or to look at your life and see what are some areas that you haven't even given thanks for, and you now have the opportunity to do so, because just like the leopard, you realize that your life was so much more worse than it was before you encountered Christ. And now that you know him, now that you've been exposed to him, now that you are a part of his team, you're able to be greater and stronger. Okay, so let that be in the forefront of your mind today as you're going about your day. If you're like us now, experiencing rain, it's a little gloomy, but you can still be surprised and happy and excited about all that God is doing, because he's forever doing great things in our lives, and that can cause us to be forever grateful and thankful. So I thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, I always ask that you will like, subscribe, and share, but if you don't want to do that, if you want to do anything, I ask that you will share, because there's someone that could listen to this and get that nugget of wisdom and realize that it can make them even stronger and better than they were prior to listening to the message. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day. I am also going to do a segment on August the 15th on Facebook Live. I am going to join with When Women Pray, their ministry with Shindy Taylor, and I will be doing a sermonette, if you will, to talk to you guys about something wonderful that Christ has actually shared with me to share with you guys. So if you are available at 10 o'clock on that day, 10 o'clock in the morning, on that Saturday, we're going to be sharing the word there and just having a time of great cheer, if you will, and engaging with one another. So join us on Facebook Live through her page, When Women Pray, and just look for her smiling face. She's going to be pointing, I believe, at the name of her ministry and things like that, and you guys will be able to join us. Also, I have another segment that I'm doing that I want to tag my sisters in, but you never know what to do with those girls. So if they are not available and can't do it, then I may have to do it on my own, but I want to be able to share that with you guys. It talks about how things in our lives are indeed necessary, regardless of whether there are great things or difficult things. They had to happen in our life for a reason, and it helps us to become greater and stronger. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I look forward to tuning in with you guys again, and I hope you have a great day.